Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. So, last time we um, went to the Ardak Yakshi Monastery, linked up with Samara, blew up the monastery because the Reapers are turning the Ardak Yakshi into Banshees, although we did manage to save one of Samara's daughters. We also rescued a bunch of Cerberus scientists that defected, so now we don't have to worry about them becoming indoctrinated. Now they're working for us. Um, did some other things on the Citadel, and now we're ready to head to the Perseus Vale to start the Rannoch arc. And more importantly, we're ready to reunite with Talizora of Us Normandy. But let's see here. Nothing there. Let's go ahead and do a quick look at our war assets. We're at 7306. Got an update to the 5th Fleet. I forget which one it was. Also got some N7 Special Forces. Asari Huntresses. And several Justicars. And the Asari also gave us the 2nd Fleet. And Samara and the Justicar Order. I guess we could make the rounds. Kind of wish that, like in Baldur's Gate, you could. There's a way to tell who was ready to advance their dialogue and who wasn't.
Commander, Dr. Chapel sent word that she'd like to speak with you down in the medbay.
Alright. About our Port Alliance outer colonies. Okay. Alright. Friendly assets. System Alliance First Fleet. All First Fleet. Battle Group Echo, Attican Beta, 1 carrier, 6 cruisers, 8 frigates. System Alliance 5th Fleet. Battle Group Charlie, Argus Row, 5 cruisers, 6 frigates. Losses. Estimate 18% KIA MIA, 3 cruisers, 6 frigates. Estimate damage 13%, 2 cruisers, 4 frigates. At least the carrier's still around. Enemy assets. Reaper Fleet. 20 Sovereign class capital ships. 40 destroyer class ships. 6 non-sentient troop carriers. Unknown quantity collector Oculus class fighters. Losses. Approximately 18.5% KIA MIA. 5 destroyers, 3 troop carriers, 8 fighters. Approximately 4.5% damage to destroyers. Report as follows. Reapers move quickly through many of the remaining human-occupied clusters before heading to the Traverse. Alliance fleets attempted to avoid... Hello, Sovereign! Welcome to Stream! We're just reviewing the latest order of battle. Alliance fleets attempted to avoid direct conflict and instead used hit-and-run attacks on individual Reapers. In the Attican Beta, fleet elements of the First Fleet met with large Reaper task force exiting the relay. As the size of the enemy force became apparent, Admiral Lindholm ordered both battle groups to retreat. The various ships scattered, many jumping to FTL before returning to the relay and escaping to the Numian Expanse and the Hades Nexus clusters. The Reapers' advanced sensors allowed them to track and pursue even the most elusive ships, and unfortunately some ships did not survive. The Reapers inevitably seized the cluster, pausing only to invade a small colony on Pharos. The colonists so far have avoided capture, primarily by playing cat and mouse within the Prothean ruins, utilizing the ancient security devices to their advantage. Battle group from the 5th Fleet engaged smaller Reaper force in the Argus Rogue cluster. The fleet managed to damage several of the enemy ships, but fell back to the Gorgon in the Nura system, where the Reaper's pursuit was quickly abandoned. The bulk of the Reaper forces instead headed for the Pinnacle Station, the Phoenix system, and obliterated it. Smaller numbers of Reaper ships landed on Intese and Tuntao, but the Reapers were uninterested in their populations and quickly left. Okay. Now Chakos wants to see
The
us.
Crucible project received some new tech from the Asari government.
I'm glad they've decided to help the war effort.
Everybody has to fight now, no matter how pretty you are. I learned that the hard way.
I still don't quite get why everyone seems to, you know, think the Asari are the most attractive. I don't.
What are you doing, Edie?
Monitoring reports of proton storms.
I think
and
it's
other
for
space
me
weather.
the
With the Reapers attacking the convoy systems, critical
tentacle
readings may be
hair.
lost.
You know,
How
that's
bad are
probably
these
because they're
storms?
blue Orions.
If we are warned,
Fair.
bad. If we're not warned, very bad.
Thanks for the
I mean, I wouldn't call them ugly. It's just I don't rank them as high as everyone else, you know?
Glad you talked Samara down.
I never thought I'd see her flinch from her duty.
I don't know. On one hand, that code's all she's had to live by for, God, centuries. And the galaxy goes to hell. The old rules don't cut anymore. I mean, we're cutting some corners, right?
A few.
Well, the Alliance can always court-martial us after we save the galaxy.
Somehow I don't think that the Alliance is going to go after the people who literally saved galactic civilization, the Alliance included, for cutting corners. Because, like I said multiple times in this series, the Godzilla threshold has been met. In a war for survival, you do anything to survive. Rules be damned.
Commander, there's a new message at your private terminal.
Alright, thank you. Alright, here we go. So we've got Captain Lemony's Asari squad ready. As an hour ago, Asari High Command has assigned my squad to support you. We will ride with the 2nd Fleet until it's time to deploy. If you allow me a personal note, I know a few of the commandos who went down to that monastery. Nothing will bring them back, but hearing that place went up in smoke is the only good news I've heard in weeks. Ready to serve, Captain Corrine LeMays. From Bryn Cole. Dear Commander Shepard, thank you again for all you did to get our group out of that facility on Jelix. Admiral Hackett is an amazing man, and it's a privilege to work under him. The construction of the Crucible is presenting its challenges, but my team and I are determined to crack its mysteries. Although I never rely on luck, in this instance I fear we may need a little. Stay safe, Commander. I hope our paths cross again. Sincerely, Dr. Britton Cole. Counselor Tavos, Huntresses. Your actions at the monastery have proved the value of human special forces to the matriarchs, a point I have made many times to them. I totally believe that, Tavos. You know, as the lead politician. To that end, they have agreed to send a group of huntresses to join the joint N7 command. May the goddesses go with you, Tavos. Now, if that was coming from Samara, I would totally believe her that, yeah, she was impressing upon that for the Asari the entire time. Same with matriarch Athena, because we've heard her make that argument. Tavos, no, I don't believe a word she says, because she's a manipulative politician who's a diplomat. A diplomat is just a warrior whose weapons are deception and manipulation, not sword and shield. Anyway, Shepard, I have finished my business on Lessus. I would offer to travel once again with you on the Normandy, but the code dictates I join the fight where it is most dire. While you do your essential work, I will do my best to help hold the front. Before I depart, I will return to the Citadel for a short time to prepare. If it does not interfere with your duties, come find me there, Samara. And Jacob Taylor. Hey, Shepard. The Crucible is intense. Britt and the others are around the clock. Pretty soon I'll have to make a run to the Citadel to pick up some equipment at the hospital. If you got some time, want to meet me there? Things are so crazy on Jelix, it'd be good to see you in a quieter place, you know? See you around, Jacob. Well, we've already met with him, but we haven't met with Samara yet. So I'll make a brief stop at the Citadel, drop off a few things, meet with Samara, and then we're gonna
I've always loved the M35 Mako. It's got
finally link up with
Come on.
the Quarians, and
The
more
M44
importantly,
Hammerhead is vastly
Tally.
superior.
Come on, that thing's made of tissue paper. At least the Mako can take a few hits.
I'd hope so. That thing handles like a drunk rhino. No agility whatsoever.
More like a bull that can climb and climb for days.
It only climbs because of its stupid, vertically aligned Mass Effect fields. Jump or stick. No speed. No lateral movement.
Hey, with a cannon like that, who needs to move?
If you want that, why don't you just stick with the old M29 Grizzly?
Hey, I love that tank.
You would be one to love grizzly bears, Mr. Vega.
What? What's so funny?
Vega, if you can't read the innuendo, then there's no helping you. Also, both... Alright, Ross. Thank you for lurk. Now, as for me, I have different opinions. For choosing a vehicle to drive, I would rather drive the Hammerhead, because you're more flying the Hammerhead, and I prefer flying to driving. But if I want to take it into combat, I trust the Mako more than the Hammerhead. Because the Mako can tank Thresher Maw damage. The Hammerhead will get shredded by turrets in 2 seconds.
The next time you blow up a monastery, let me know you've left the premises, okay? I worry about you.
I let you know I left the premises. I told you to pick me up. Oh, did you want me to tell you that I was arming the bomb first? Okay. Order of operations. Gotcha.
Hey,
Riveting conversation. Alright. Let's check out Javik. Oh, I know where Javik is. Javik is relaxing with probably his only friend on the ship, Garrus. Although I'd like to think that eventually Javik and Liara would finally come to an understanding. Because I think the two of them would actually, you know, get along well once they got rid of each other's, you know, prejudices. Liara's mad because Javik is a warrior, not a scientist. And she's coming to terms with her entire worldview of the Protheans being incorrect. Because she was thinking they're like the Asari, you know? A republic that's scientific. Get others to do the fighting for them. And no. Protheans are, if anything, more like the Turians. Just, you know, conquer. Make everything you. And if they don't like it, well, they can die. And as for Javik, I think he's frustrated that the fact that they kind of chose the Asari to be the spearhead of vengeance for the next cycle. The Asari are the ones that are throwing the game. They wasted their potential. And it's these monkeys that, you know, lived in caves that they didn't even think were, you know, gonna be major players in this cycle at all, are the ones leading the charge, uniting the galaxy. So, you know, things to work on.
I'm falling down tired. I need a folding chair or something. Has Alenko had media training? He just gave me this steady stare during our interview.
I don't know. I just think he's got a good poker face. Okay, looks like nothing to see here.
Everybody was fighting the Rachni, trying to push them back through the relay. Finally, the Krogan were turned loose and stopped them.
I see.
But when the Krogan rebelled, we had to deploy the Genophage to stop them. Wasn't the only rebellion. 1,000 years later, the Geth revolted against the Quarians. That was a whole other war. Then along came the humans. My own people tangled with them for a while, and now, to top it all off, we've got the Reapers. What about you?
The Ouroboros fought the Densorin. The Andoromai conquered the Vandoma, and the Jatil turned against the Shah.
So, I guess nobody really ever gets their act together.
The Sinriel claimed to have found the path to eternal peace.
What happened?
The Ditaka preferred war and wiped them out.
I hope you guys had alcohol.
Oh boy.
Some of the crew seem shocked by the monstrosities we have encountered. They haven't seen what the Reapers could corrupt after 100 years. That was our war. Every battle conjured a new nightmare.
Yeah, that's also probably why Javik is as hardened and cold as he is. The man literally faced a new PTSD trigger every day. And he was born already well within the extinction period, or the Reaper invasion of his cycle. So, yeah. I don't think the man knows what peace looks like.
Samara's the kind of soldier we need in this war. Nothing gets in her way. I just hope I'm not in her way someday. That woman means business.
Well, don't try pulling any of your vigilante shit around her. You'll probably be fine.
Now it's a mutated Asari. The Reapers are just a giant nightmare factory that never ends.
Yeah, Banshees suck.
This human holds such childish views of war. Your species has much to learn.
To be fair, humanity has never had to 100% mobilize before. So, you know, well, no. Even in World War II, humanity wasn't 100% mobilized, but still.
It's a brilliant tactic, when you think about it.
But it's evil.
When has that ever mattered in war?
Yeah, but Converting other life forms into Reapers? I can't wrap my head around that.
Makes sense to me. It ensures you never run out of cannon fodder. Eliminates any local resistance. And for every soldier you add, your enemy loses two. The one you converted, and his buddy on the other side who can't pull the trigger on a friend.
You sound like you admire them.
Same way I admire a virus or a thresher maw. They've adapted perfectly to their situation.
But the Reapers want to destroy us.
And I have no intention of letting them. But if you don't respect your enemy's capabilities, you're in for one nasty surprise after another.
Yeah, Garrus has a point. It is wise to respect your enemy's capabilities, even if you find them morally repugnant and evil. Because an unrespected enemy is the one that's going to stab you in the back when you're not expecting it.
That was a rough mission. The Reapers are an ingenious and ruthless enemy. Poor Rila. Ingenious and ruthless. The worst kind.
Yep.
Per your orders, I have the latest reports on the Council, Doctor. Their security is in disarray, but it would still be weeks before we could attempt to position any agents in their personal staff.
And it's far too risky after Odina's coup. Postpone those deployments.
At once.
Liara, are you putting spies in the council staff? I mean, makes sense, but do Tavos first. Spratus, he may be an idiot, but he's finally come around. He just needs... Spratus's, or the Turing Council's problem has always been he needs to see hard evidence of everything. Which is why he dismissed the Reaper claim, because at that point, there was no hard evidence of the Reaper invasion. But what about Sovereign? Well, they duped themselves into thinking it was a Geth dreadnought. But with his planet being on fire thanks to Reapers, he's like, oh, shit, Shepard was telling the truth the whole time. Fuck. And you'll notice that when Shepard and Liara first presented the Crucible plan, Spratus was the first one to go, will it work? Not, how did you find this, or what, like all these excuses. He was the first one that asked, can you build it and will it work? Because at that point, Sarkesh and Thessia weren't touched. It was Earth and Palaven that got hit first of the council races. Karshan had been wiped off the map already. And while Tavos and Valorn, the Asari and the Solarian Chancellors, basically like, oh, we're going to feed you to the bear, to use Ashley's analogy back in Mass Effect 1. The Council sicked its dog on the bear so they could run to safety. The dog being humanity and the Reapers being the bear. Hello, Cross. Welcome to the stream. It was Spratus that offered Shepard the first bone. It's like, hey, I can't actually help you because my military is occupied with the Reapers at the moment. You know, trying to save our homeworld, so we can't really spare him to save yours. But there's a plan forming. And since the council isn't gonna back you up, maybe if you get the individual species as leaders to back you up. Bypass us. That was Sparatus' doing. So, I'm cool with Sparatus. Okay.
Poor Rila. But I'm glad she set off that bomb, Shepard.
You're not upset the monastery was destroyed?
No. Not after what I saw. I don't care that they were Ardat Yakshi. To be turned into such creatures, nobody deserves that.
Also, apparently, according to the lore, Ardat Yakshi, or that syndrome or what have you, it's on a spectrum. So there are some that, I mean, I think it's fatal to bond with any of them, but some of them, like Falere and Rila, were very well disciplined and aren't dangerous so long as they don't bond with anybody. Morinth, on the other hand.
Shepard, remember our agreement? We'd open a bottle of cerise-sized brandy every year, and it's my turn to buy.
But it hasn't been a year yet.
Yes, well, something tells me we won't have the chance a few months from now, so indulge my impatience.
All right.
You grab the glasses. I'll open the bottle.
And Jeff says, Jacqueline, Subject Zero, sorry, but it's ma'am to me. I'd like to keep my Admiral Winky. Oh, Shepard, you know, I just realized. You've never called me by my first name.
Well, neither of you.
And I never will. You are Commander Shepard, hero of the Citadel, conqueror of the Collectors, savior of the galaxy. Using your first name just disrespects everyone you're fighting for, alive or gone.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
That makes no sense.
Consider it a lady's prerogative, then. Come, let's have a toast.
Now, the reason why no one ever calls Shepard by his first name is because they let you choose your first name. And since this is a voiced game, they can't voice all the possible permutations of whatever you decide to name yourself. So they just go with your last name. I think they should have given a simple list of names that they would recognize. Yeah. They kind of did that in Andromeda. You can name your writer whatever you want. However, both writers have a canon name. And if they're Scott and Sarah. So if you name your writer Scott for the male, Sarah for female, other characters will start to call you by your first name because that is your canon name. I've heard, I'm off stream and playing a male run through, thinking, you know, we would do an Andromeda run for Victor, but we're not going to. But I named him Scott, and while not everyone calls him Scott, Sarah will call him Scott, which would make sense. Same with Alec. Alec caused you, Scott. But you're right. Most of the other characters so far have called him Ryder, but family members and close family friends will call you Scott.
To a woman I'm proud to call my friend. I'm lucky to have you with me, Karen.
And to you, dear friend. It is my great honor to share this journey with you. Commander Shepard. And good fortune to us all.
Yeah, to your point, Sov, at least in Pokemon, when you're naming your character, at least in the older games, they would give you a list of suggested names. Mass Effect could have done the same things. Like, here's a list of suggested names. If you don't have to pick it, but if you did pick it, or pick one of them, mayhaps those would be, that'd be an indication that those would be voiced. So, for instance, your romantic interest, after you locked in the romance, so to speak, they might call you by your first name. Just, you know. But, oh well. Alright. Let's see, I think we're still, yep, at Lessis. We're gonna head to the Citadel. Drop off a few things, then we'll head to the Perseus Vale. Well, we might actually go to a few search and rescue things first. Because apparently the colonies, or some of our colonies, have fallen. Argus Row, Voyager Cluster, the Maroon Sea, Kepler Verge. Alright, so we got a few places to go. Let's go. Okay.
Signal confirmed.
Okay, that's gas. We're going to leave that. Okay. Inner orbit. Fossilized Cacliosaur. Yay. I still find it surprising that a lot of people don't get the max amount of war assets that they need and go, destroy sucks because, you know, everything blows up. It's like, how much war assets did you get? Oh, you know, the bar wasn't all the way full. Did you search, do the search and rescue stuff? What's that? Where you go to planets where the Reapers have been and scan for things to find? No. That's why. Because yeah, these little war asset things here, they're not they're kind of small individually, but they add up. And it's not that hard to do.
Signal confirmed.
Just go around, scan. There you go. You get war assets. It's like, if you don't get all the war assets you can, no wonder you get shit endings.
I found something.
Prothean site. That's probably gas, so we're gonna leave that. Yes, I know it's not literally gas, but I'm American. That's what we call fuel. Colonial support. Does this not have any? I guess not. Okay.
Signal confirmed.
There we go. Chaska. Oh, right there. That's cool. Discovered a destroyed Cerberus research base. Reaper ground forces appear to have swept through, killing the scientists, their bodies scattered in the smoking ruins. The ground team reports that Cerberus appears to have been studying husks, both their production and the methods the Reapers used to control them. Continuing, the research started when the Pioneer colony went offline in 2183. At the location of the original colony, EDI was able to decrypt backup databanks containing useful data that might improve Alliance tactics and survival rates against Reaper ground forces. An intact Cerberus Mantis was recovered among the debris. Its pilots managed to make it only halfway across the hangar before being caught and torn apart by cannibals. Okay. Oh hey, we got a gunship. Now that was a new war asset, added by the Expanded Galaxy mod. This was actually a planet we went to in Mass Effect 1. There was a farmstead where all the colonists were turned into husks. So it's kind of nice that the Expanded Galaxy mod kind of linked back to it. Alright, so let's see here. 100%, okay. Nothing was in Vostok. Excuse me. Okay, Kepler Verge. Gotta hope there's a gas tank here.
I found something.
Well, there's a gas tank there. Please tell me that's not the only thing here. There's literally no point. Oh well. Nope. Nubian expanse. Voyager cluster.
Signal confirmed.
Agabim. I can't pronounce this. Monies! I'll take monies. Let's see here. This was the cluster where we first discovered Cerberus in Mass Effect 1.
I found something.
On this planet, actually. Back with Admiral Kahoku. Prothean site. More Crucible blueprints. Yay! And in this system, we would find the Cerberus main base at the time on that planet. But apparently there's nothing here this time. Please tell me there's a gas tank.
Signal confirmed.
Or at least something for me to scan so I didn't waste this trip. Interferometric array updated. Okay. Will we make it back to the relay? Almost. Come on. Come on. Woo! Just barely. Let's get that gas tank. Drill wetwork teams. Yay. Can't. I know it says 0%, but we can't really get anything until the Reapers actually invade. Although with a Titan Emblem, it's only a one cluster system, so we can at least try. And if it's gas tank, then oh well.
I found something.
Oh, hey. Hain Kadar mechs. Hopefully these won't go insane. Oh, the Rosetta Nebula. I'm gonna leave gas tanks just in case.
Signal confirmed.
We went to this planet on Mass Effect 2. I think we fought Eclipse here. Aria's forces. Joab Frontiersman. Terminus Irregulars. Cool, cool. Okay. Okay, so far all the assets have been recovered. Gotcha. Okay. Actually, we're not going to find anything in the Valent threshold, other than gas tanks, probably. But we can always try.
Commander, Liara suggests we keep an eye out here for anything that can assist with the Crucible.
Alright, so apparently there is something here. Okay. And there's gas tanks. Or gas stations in the main relay system, so...
I found something.
Okay. Garvug. Oh, I didn't think Garvug was available at the moment. Because, you know, Reapers didn't invade it yet. Parthian data drives. Awesome.
Signal confirmed.
Emergency fuel pods. Cool. Far loss. ESO converter. Okay, we're done here. Empty fuel depot. We'll get to these later in the Leviathan DLC. Although Eagle Nebula, I don't think we get to in the Leviathan DLC, so we'll go there now.
I found something.
Yeah, I figured there'd be something here. At Jirai Station. Haptic Optics Array. Let's get a Malgus.
Signal confirmed.
Okay. Flat. Fortune. Nice. Now those fuckers are gonna be dealing with or fighting the Reapers instead of us. Yeah, a lot of these assets here, like, this is not in the base game or this system. They added this in the mod. Okay, so there's nothing there. The expanded galaxy mod, it's almost like a whole new game.
I found something.
Commander, the Citadel fleet issued an alert about some valuable items they need recovered from this system.
Alright, well. Yeah, it's called the expanded galaxy mod. I wouldn't call it new, because it's been around since before the Legendary Edition, but they've done a bunch of additional stuff, and shit. Yeah, the Mass Effect modding community is amazing. And with zero cash. Alright. We're gonna head to the Citadel now. Yeah, the expanded galaxy mod takes away the infinite fuel mod. But I'm okay with it because of what it adds.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I'll handle it.
Yes, Commander.
It literally adds so much extra lore. Makes everything more immersive. I'm totally fine with not having infinite fuel.
I recovered Prothean data drives from Garva. I'll have them brought here.
Commander Shepard, thank you. I'm sure that'll help with, any operation we have going.
Yep, I'm sure it will.
You're sure of what you saw?
Okay, so we've got Samara. I've already met with Jacob. Don't think we have anything to do in Purgatory. We do have to stop by the Commons for both the War Strategist and Miranda. Fuel conservation, yep. And we don't have to do anything in the holding area. So
Yes,
let's
Sergeant.
go to the embassies first.
No, Sergeant. All right.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Also, I've got the diversification mod on, so you'll see some things that you wouldn't have seen before. Like right here. Now the genophage is cured, you'll start to see female Krogan because they're no longer needed to be sequestered for their own protection. You'll also see female Turians, which I honestly don't know why we never saw female Turians before the Omega DLC. Because, like, lore-wise, Krogan and Solarian females, I totally understand why we didn't see much of them. Female Solarians are like 10% of the population anyway. And due to their status, they primarily stay on Sarkesh. Female Krogan, thanks to the genophage, they are sequestered on Tachanka for their own protection, so they're not, you know, fought over by the other Krogan tribes. And they need to protect they needed to protect the few fertile females they had left. But Turians, all Turians, no matter what sex they are required to be drafted into the Turian military, serve their time, and then they can do whatever they want. So there's no reason in the lore why we hadn't seen female Turians en masse before. Volus, we have no idea which one's a male or female until we start talking to them because of the suits. We've seen female Quarians before, multiple of them.
I hoped you'd come. I won't remain here much longer.
What are you doing on the Citadel, Samara?
I suppose I came to say goodbye. Falair is safe, and Rila is at rest. I felt the need to speak to you before heading to battle. I want you to know there is no one else I'd rather see leading us in our last hours.
We'll make the galaxy proud. The largest fleet in history is already on our side.
It is impressive. Most would have deemed such an alliance impossible. But Shepard, be sure to assess your force's strengths and weaknesses before setting out.
Now, that conversation would have gone differently if you were a renegade Shepard. Primarily a renegade Shepard, Samara's like, I'm only allying with you because we have to. The Reapers are a much bigger evil. But I think she even goes as far as say, after this war, we probably shouldn't see each other. Because, you know, she might have to kill us. But for a Paragon Shepard, yeah, she sees Paragon Shep as a being with the highest honor and integrity, which may or may not be the case, but, you know, whatever.
Will Falair be all right in the monastery? Or what's left of it?
We spoke for some time. It won't be easy. But if there is a way to survive, Falair will find it. It was good to see her again. Perhaps it's unseemly for a Justicar to dwell so much on her family.
Maybe for a Justicar, but
I'm just happy things worked out.
I was fortunate that Falair saw things so clearly. And it would have turned out quite differently without your intervention. Thank you.
Yeah, without our intervention, Samara wouldn't be here right now. Yeah.
What are the other Justicars doing for the war?
Most have made it home. They will attempt to hold Thessia. With the odds we face, it's possible our order will no longer exist after this war.
There's that few of you?
Our numbers were never great. We must prepare to sacrifice ourselves, if that is what's required.
Was being a Justicar worth it if that's how it all ends?
The Justicars were formed to bring order to a world that laughs at the notion. The role is solitary. Its demands are lonely and uncompromising, often to the point of pain. But following the code left me with no regrets. Take that for what you will.
Okay, well, good luck.
Good luck out there, Samara.
You as well. I don't know if you believe in such things, but Goddess go with you, Shepard. We'll both be tested in fire, soon enough.
I've always played my Shepards as theists. How spiritual they are varies, but I fully believe in the saying there are no atheists in foxholes. And since every Shepherd has been in a shit ton of foxholes, I don't see how they could stay, or how they could be atheist. Okay, so for this one, we are not going to authorize this. Private Talavai has requested transfer to a unit actively engaged against Reaper hostiles. A note from Sergeant Alembe says the Private Talavai is an exceptional engineer, recommending her for duty on a team set to sabotage Reaper processing centers. Spectre authorization fact track this request. She's originally supposed to be going after Cerberus. She's requesting the transfer because, as we overheard from the conversations, her brother was integrated into Cerberus. However, if we accept the transfer, we're going to lose war assets because her original unit would lose her technical expertise that they really need. So no. Bite the bullet. Fight Cerberus. And just know that your brother's already dead. Alright, we can buy the Typhoon. I don't know if I really want to. Yeah, we're not going to use it or buy it right now. Because we're going to, prior to get Dreadnought, we're going to get a lot of options to buy more stuff for the ship in engineering.
The second human Spectre assisted Commander Shepard in preventing Cerberus forces from killing the Council.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please.
Okay, we got a few things to do here.
At Presidium Commons.
First, we gotta deliver a sad news to here.
Her name is Tasha Poré.
Weshra, I have an audio log for you.
For me? Where did this come? Oh no. Oh, Tasha. Thank you for bringing this back. At least I know what happened.
Then gotta go to the apartments. Yeah, I like now that after the priority to Chanka with the genophage cured, you're starting to see a lot more Krogan. So I'm hoping that after priority Rannoch, we'll start to see Quarians a lot more on the Citadel. And who knows, maybe even Geth. That'd be kind of interesting to see.
Cerberus attempts to take control of the Citadel have failed, and C-Sec forces have killed the last invading forces.
Actually, I found a Cactosaur skull preserved in amber. Maybe you could clone it, or...
You're kidding? You're kidding. Seriously?
Yep.
If the genetic material is intact, we could... We've got cloning facilities on Surkesh. Cacliosaur genes were remarkably pliable. Cloning might be effective.
Just don't combine them with frog DNA. Then they won't be able to see anything that is standing still. What? Old Terran movie, Jurassic Park. Dino
Got your message,
DNA.
Miranda. Is this about your sister?
Shepard, I need access to Alliance resources. I can't say any more. You'll just have to trust me.
All right.
You'll have your access, Miranda, but I don't like the sound of this.
I know, and thank you. It means a lot.
That's not the only thing you wanted to talk about, is it?
No. I need to tell you something. Confess, really. It's been eating away at me.
Confess?
When I headed the Lazarus Project to rebuild you, I wanted to implant a control chip in you as a safeguard.
I think you mentioned this.
I did. There's more to it. The elusive man stopped me.
Sounds like it would have saved him a lot of trouble.
Maybe. He didn't want to interfere with who you truly were. Something that just obeyed orders. He wanted Commander Shepard. Installing the chip might have ruined you.
Well, I'm kind of glad he did. One
Glad
good
you
thing
did.
he did.
Better to stay dead than be someone's plaything.
Exactly.
Why bring that up now?
I fought against my father and his need to run every aspect of my life. He wanted total control over me, right down to my bloody DNA. After I got out of there, I couldn't stand by and let it happen to my sister. I risked my life to get her away from all that. Yet I didn't give a second thought to destroying your free will when I had the power.
This is what's been bothering you?
Yes.
Miranda, I lost 2 years of my life. You gave me back the rest of it. You could have taken everything from me, made me a prisoner. But you didn't. I don't know how. But you brought me back.
Thanks. But with so much being uncertain, I just wanted you to know I always regretted wanting that chip.
You can't keep beating yourself up over the past.
I usually don't. But this was important.
Some things you just don't have control over.
Guess my fancy genetics can't help me there.
No, they can't.
Okay. I hate to say it, but I should get moving. Thanks for understanding, Shepard.
I do appreciate that they
And
brought
Miranda,
this forward.
This thing you have to do. Good luck.
Don't worry, Shepard. I always have a plan.
Because one of the major criticisms of Miranda in Mass Effect 2 was the fact that she was all, you know, like her loyalty mission and everything was all about wanting to get away from her controlling father and her sister. And yet, she wanted to do the very same thing to us. Plant a control chip in us so we'd be a puppet. And she never really acknowledged the contradiction in her thinking. And a lot of players are like, the fuck, man? The hell? So by bringing that, or calling attention to that in Mass Effect 3, and that was a vanilla cutscene, by the way. That's in base Mass Effect 3, no DLC, whatever. She'll have that conversation. BioWare finally acknowledged that, yeah, she was a hypocrite. And she's regretting it now. The only downside is they should have allowed a renegade to not accept her apology. Paragon definitely would have. But a renegade, it wouldn't not be in character for a renegade to, you know, apology not accepted, I'm not forgiving you, you tried to make me a slave, sort of thing. So I kind of wish that, you know, you were given that option. But, I mean, I wouldn't have taken it, but I like for there to be, you know, options in the game, even if you don't take them. That's why Baldur's Gate 3 is such a great game, because even though there are evil things that I will never see, because I'm never going to choose that evil. You're in ad jail? What'd you miss? Oh. I was talking about how Miranda finally brought up the fact that she was a hypocrite for wanting a control chip in Shepard, despite the fact that she ran away from her father and kidnapped her sister so her father couldn't control them. And then I was lamenting the fact that Renegade Shepard couldn't throw her apology back into her face, say, "You tried to make me a slave. I'm not forgiving you for that." I wouldn't take that route, but why is there a Yogg? Whatever. What I like about games like Baldur's Gate 3 is the fact that they have such a well-written evil playthrough available for you if you want to go down that route. It's nice. Even if you never take that route. Like, I'll never do the evil Balls Unholy Assassin route. But the fact that I know that it's there just in case is kind of nice, because it truly allows player choice. Even if SF would say AO smote them.
Now arriving at docking bay D24.
As in
Got your briefing, Private. Let's fill you in before the squad.
as in TFS's Dragon Ball Z Abridged, let's say going down the evil route is like, "I believe you are making a mistake." Yeah, but it's my mistake to make. Alright, we've put it off enough. It's finally time to head to Rannoch and meet our... Oh, we've got 74. Let's see here. Allied forces are holding steady and winning battles in key locations. Troops assisting. Final push. We'll have a strength of 7459. Chances are even. So we got a lot of Prothean blueprints stuff. Then we've also got more mineral resources. Yay! Interferometric array. Second half of the array has been recovered from the Voyager cluster. Yay. Haptics optic array. ESO converter. Emergency fuel pods. No, I'm not going to do an evil playthrough either, Cross. I like the fact that games like Baldur's 3 allow the player to do it. Got the Hong Kong. Hong Kong was destroyed in the Battle of the Citadel when her captain threw her ship in front of the blastman for the Dreadnought. Ship's frame was later melted down and incorporated into the framework of a new frigate and rebuilt as its successor. Nice. Incate our mechs. Once activated, their orders cannot be changed. While this reduces the flexibility of their programming, they still prove useful in situations with ground forces where disruption and distraction are needed to prevent unnecessary heat losses. Cool, so we built unhackable dumb mechs. They're programmed to follow one directive: kill Reapers. Drill wetwork teams. Yay. And the Vorcha Pyro units. Many veteran N7 soldiers question the wisdom of letting Vorcha run roughshod on the battlefield with flamethrowers. But their gleeful approach to violence, combined with their blood-packed training, has started to change minds. Their aggressive nature and durability makes them relentless, and no one has been able to argue with Reaper forces getting engulfed in flames. Even so, their living habits on the SSV Isaac Newton are causing some irritation among the soldiers. Why are we giving the Vorcha flamethrowers? I don't know. Why not? All right. The far rim. Hey, utilize your scanning against the unrestricted force and use it well. Yeah, I know. It's just that most people were worried that the Vorcha would, you know, get pyro happy and be a little bit more indiscriminate as to who they're, you know.
Signal confirmed.
Attacking. Money! Yay! Alright, enter system. Quarian Envoy ship. This diplomatic frigate is like no Quarian ship on record. Its hull is relatively low temperature and appears to be venting heat in a manner similar to that of the Normandy when it comes out of stealth mode. How the Quarians developed this high-tech vessel is unknown, but its hailing frequencies are open and welcoming messages are being tight-beamed to the Normandy. Oh, I know exactly how they got the tech for that. It's a good thing we love Tally. This is a new animation. How do they get an Alliance shuttle?
Commander Shepard, a pleasure to see you again, though I wish it were under better circumstances.
I'd hoped for your support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our homeworld.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing.
Also, there's a mod that I put on. I forget which one it was, but it gives... It makes the Quarian Admiral's uniforms or suits more consistent with the colors that they were in Mass Effect 2.
Your homeworld? You mean Rannoch?
Correct, Commander. 300 years ago, we lost our world to our own AI creations, the Geth.
After we attempted to kill them.
We didn't try to kill them, Chorus. We tried to deactivate them. It wasn't murder.
No, it was murder.
Commander, the Quarians never intended to create a true AI. It was an accident.
Which you chose to correct by trying to kill them.
Admitting we were wrong would undercut the justification for this suicidal invasion plan.
You're throwing yourselves at the Geth? Again?
And this time, we may have destroyed our people for good.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
The Reapers.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective.
No shit.
Our fleet is pinned in the home system. If we're going to win, we're...
Win? You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Gerrel. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
Where's the signal coming from?
Here. The Geth Dreadnought. It can outgun anything we've got, and it's heavily defended.
The Normandy stealth drive can get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command signal.
Yes. Cutting off the signal should throw the Geth into complete disarray.
Letting you retreat.
And while they're confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Good. Our civilian ships have seen too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
We'll get you out of there safely, Admiral.
Our newest Admiral has also volunteered to offer technical expertise.
Shepard.
Tally.
Admirals, I'll ready a team to hit that dreadnought.
Thank you, Commander.
Admiral?
It's mostly a formality. I'm an expert on the Geth.
Among other things.
That you are.
I'm glad you're here.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have helped.
Thanks, but I knew you had your own problems. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from this stupid war.
I thought you'd support the invasion.
No. After talking to Legion, I thought maybe there was a chance for peace.
So I helped them.
I'm an admiral. People look to me for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
And what about us? Would us being together divide the fleet?
No. Well, possibly. I don't know. But right now, I've got civilian ships taking fire. Can we keep this quiet? At least in front of the admirals?
Sure thing, Miss Vas Normandy.
Thank you. If you want to talk in private, maybe you could invite me up to your cabin?
Maybe I could.
And for the record, still totally worth it.
Anyway, when they say the Quarians have the largest fleet in the galaxy, you'd think, or people would think that, you know, they have the most military ships. Well, no. See, the Quarians are counting every ship in their fleet. Warship or not. There's actually a real-life counterpoint to this. And that would be the Chinese fleet. They say that the Chinese have the largest fleet in the world. And they do, but only because they register their tugboats as military fleet. When you look at actual warships, it's a different story. So, in Mass Effect, if you look at actual dedicated warships, it's the Turians that have the biggest fleet. Love it when she shows some sad. Oh, then you're going to love the next mission. Cross. Yeah, let's go ahead and do rounds and stuff. First, we're going to go up to our cabin and invite the newest admiral to a private conversation.
Tally, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment.
I was looking for the other model.
Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
Hey, you're not alone.
This was supposed to be my father's fight, but he left me with all of this. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tally.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. You've given up so much, stood for too long without allies. I didn't want you to do this alone. So, if you're ever lonely, just let me know.
Tally, nothing between us has changed. Unless you want it to.
Kila, Shepard. I'm not going to beg, but I didn't come up here just to see the fish.
No, you came up here because I asked you to. I want you here. With me.
Okay.
I'm not going to beg, Shepard, but I didn't come up here just to see the fish. But yeah, I love the fact that Shep and Tally are both irredeemable flirts in Mass Effect 3.
Commander.
Alright. And we got some Quarian Marines here. Too bad Cal Rieger's not one of them.
Shepard, the fleet is under heavy fire. We need to hit the dreadnought.
Which fleet does Admiral Zen command?
Special projects. It's not a fleet per se, just a few research vessels. Her technical breakthroughs have put us within striking distance of the home world.
I'd like to know about your patrol fleet.
In peacetime, the patrol fleet managed navigation, internal security, and intership conflicts or crimes. Now, we mostly guard the heavy fleet's flank. It's mostly light frigates or fighters.
What can you tell me about Admiral Geral's heavy fleet?
It was our main military force before the war, comprised of all Quarian vessels suited for sustained combat. It can't compare to the Turian forces, of course, but we have a number of heavy frigates and advanced fighter forces.
And then the Civi.
Tell me about the civilian fleet.
Our civilian ships, medical vessels, and live ships. Admiral Chorus coordinates them, though individual ships' captains still have power. In peacetime, they made up the bulk of our fleet. Now, our strength would even give the Turians pause.
Uh-huh.
Tally said you had the largest fleet in the galaxy.
The Turians have more dreadnoughts. Their overall military force is larger than our heavy fleet by far. But before we began this war, we jury-rigged every Quarian ship in the flotilla for battle. Even our live ships have cannons.
Now, if you're going to war against the Reapers, fine, great. Because the Reapers do not care about civi versus military. All are subject to the harvest. But the Geth actually do, historically, they have left civi ships alone. unless they, violate their territory. So essentially what the Quarians did was they went to war after putting a 16-incher on their kid's school bus. Or, in Ace Combat terms, they did the one thing that Yellow 13 hated the Erusians for in San Sebastian. They put AA towers, or AA guns, on their hospitals, which made them legitimate military targets.
You've converted them into dreadnoughts. That's a violation of the Treaty of Ferrickson.
While live ships have firepower comparable to a dreadnought, their primary purpose is food cultivation.
You think the Council will buy that technicality?
If need be, I'll apologize once this war is over.
That's not...
In the meantime, you're putting your civilians...
That's why I would object.
Not casually, Commander. We keep them off the front lines, but we'll do whatever we must to win.
Even if it means you lose every single Quarian in the process, okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, Commander.
Also, the Treaty of Ferrickson is a loosely disguised naval treaty of Washington back in the 20s and 30s.
Shepard, Commander.
Hi.
So how did you end up back with your fleet, Tali?
When the war started, the Admiralty Board asked for my help. I had more recent contact with the Geth than most of my people. They hadn't filled the spot on the board left by my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
Don't sell yourself short, Tali. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
And she's not lying. Tali's gonna need that rank.
How did the war with the Geth get started anyway?
Admiral Zen developed a scanning countermeasure that interferes with Geth active scans. It's like a flashbang grenade. It effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
I mean...
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately. Their AI lets them use extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
Great.
How is it being back with the fleet?
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war. I just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I'd like to. Believe me. But my people need me here.
Alright.
So what about Legion?
It returned to Geth space after you turned yourself into the Alliance.
And you haven't seen it since?
Legion and I sent a few messages. I was hoping we could try negotiation. But I was outvoted 3-2. Admiral Chorus was the only one who believed it would work.
Any idea where Legion is now?
No. In our last message, it told me that the Geth were having trouble reaching consensus.
And then nothing?
Maybe it was fighting the Reaper takeover? Or maybe it didn't want to give intel to an enemy. I could have warned it about the invasion. I didn't.
You'd have been betraying your own people.
I never wanted to be an admiral.
And this is what's causing Tali a lot of guilt, because either way, she'd be betraying someone. If she warned Legion about the impending attack, she'd be betraying her people. If she held her tongue, she'd be betraying Legion. So, yeah.
Talk to you later, Tally.
Sure.
Alright, well.
Commander Shepard. Commander.
Let's see here. Squad selection. We have Tally now. Yay. And we've got some extras for N7 style missions. We've got Jack here. Who actually has warp now, so she's useful. Because it used to be she just had shockwave, pull, and warp ammo. But now she can actually delete defenses. We got Corporal Boring, who's still not that great. Justicar Samara, Reeve, warp, pull, throw. So yay. Kasumi, who I think we've actually used before. She's basically an infiltrator now, with, you know, SMGs, but still. And Zaid, who is very much a soldier as he used to be. And then Tally, we're going to have to give her her stuff, but we can do that later. Okay, crew manifest. Okay, Adams is still going to be our chief engineer, but soon it will be Tally. Oh, we have another medical team member. Awesome. Okay. Bonus to health, health and power cooldown, or bonus weapon damage and power cooldown. Let's do health. All right. Equipment manifest. We're gonna switch that. Back to the Mako from the Normandy SR1. Okay, we're gonna select general quarters. Red alert. Okay, let's see. Yeah, all right. Perseus fail. Alright, who's ready to see me get my ass kicked by Geth? Because Geth Dreadnought's gonna be fun! Not really, but... Alright, so we got the Migrant Fleet here. Flotilla of 50,000 craft holding the over 17 million Quarians. The Migrant Fleet is the largest array of spacefaring vessels in the known galaxy. It is a testament to the Quarian strategic skill that these numbers have not dropped significantly during recent battles. The fleet is now on the far side of the star from Rannoch, the better to cloak its movement from the Geth. Geth debris field. Close to the star, the Normandy scanners can detect a nigh uncountable number of Geth satellites. Satellites that use solar sails to correct their position. The Geth place the ultra-lightweight constructions around the sun to collect energy, arranged in a vast array known as a Dyson bubble. Scattered amongst them are space stations and servers that draw power from the satellites through wireless energy transfer. Most of the space stations are wreckage now, and no small number of solar sails have also been destroyed. It appears that the Quarians began to destroy them, but were stopped before the attack was complete. Geth Dreadnought. Scans of the Geth Dreadnought orbiting Rannoch reveal an intimidating array of features. Excuse me. From an improved main gun and ultraviolet anti-ship lasers to increase thruster output. The Geth workforce never demands rest, wages, or autonomy, and in the creation of their flagship, they were limited only by time and raw materials. The damage inflicted by the Quarian fleet appears minor at best. Okay, so we had to bring Tally, but that's okay. We want Tally. And then we're going to bring Garrus. Team OG. Alright. And I'm totally not bringing Garrus because he's ascending to godhood with his Typhoon. I don't know what you're talking about. Give her the arc pistol. Gets a lot of extra damage. Same with that one. Alright. And then for her shotgun, there's only one choice. The Geth plasma shotgun. Smart choke. Let's actually just give her the barrel. Yep. And now Talia's powers. Okay, we're gonna want that one. Durability recharge, durability recharge. Okay, recharge speed. Or else we're gonna want health and shield. I'm not worried about recharge anymore. Weapon damage or tech damage. We're gonna do that one. Squad tech or drone special. We're gonna do squad tech. Okay, there we go. Energy drain. One of the best powers in the game. Okay, damage or radius. We'll do damage. Drain. And armor boost. And sabotage. That one. That one. That one. Duration. Backfire. Explosive hack. And. and tech vulnerability. Combat drone. 1 in 1 chance to Tatika getting upgraded. Okay, shields or damage or boom boom. We're gonna do drone explodes. Or damage or shock. We can do that. And then rockets! 5 for the defense drone. We'll just get up to here. Okay. Confirm.
We're approaching the Quarian home system. ETA to Rannoch, 5 minutes.
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique ship signatures engaged in active combat.
Yeah, like I said.
Take us in, Joker.
I like how he cracks
Stealth
his
drive
knuckles.
engaged. Only way they'll detect us is if you all start singing the Russian national anthem.
Salutação. Temos bien. Sorry. It's a Hunt for an October reference.
My cyber warfare suite has accessed their docking protocols.
Those ships are awfully close for lore-accurate combat.
All right. Once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tally's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Good to have you back, Tally. And maybe with another Dextro aboard, they'll get better Turian food.
As long as it's sterilized.
Dr. Michelle did get me some Dextro amino chocolate. You're welcome to it once we're back.
She got you Turian chocolate?
She said she saw it and thought of me. Why?
Oh, nothing.
Shepard, there's a problem. All tubes except one are physically secured. I see the free one. Pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
Okay.
No wonder the Quarians were having trouble. That ship is enormous.
It is 30% larger than an Alliance dreadnought.
Tally, you're gonna like the view.
Better than a vid?
Much.
I like how you're actually spinning around. You know, like walking on the ceiling, walking on the floor with the mag boots. And with the cut out things, you can actually see the things rotating.
The dreadnought has artificial gravity. You should be okay once you're on board.
Until then, I'll make do with mag boots.
Hey, take your time, Commander. We're fine until they, look out a window.
Geth don't use windows, remember? Structural weakness.
But the Geth are just sitting there saying, those organics would never try the no windows thing twice.
Oh, we would. We're stupid. We're unpredictable. Organics defy logic.
Looks like the rest of the team isn't using the docking tube.
So I'm guessing you'd rather not solo the Dreadnought.
Not if I can help it. Ask Tally to get on the Dreadnought schematics. If you can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls and let the boarding party on. I'm inside. I've got gravity again.
Great. I'm looking for... Got it. There should be a hull breach not far from your position. The nearest undamaged docking tube is on the other side.
Think I found that hull breach you mentioned.
Admiral Geralt tried a frontal assault. We lost 6 frigates. That tiny hole was the only damage we did.
I wouldn't call
a chance to test her toys. Ron gave provisional support. Only Chorus opposed the war with me, and he was right. We could lose the whole fleet, Shepard.
We'll get your people out of here safely.
Okay, so I think this might be an expanded galaxy mode thing. And I'd have to relook at my other Legendary Edition playthroughs. But that whole conversation there, I don't think is in the base Legendary Edition game. It was in the base Mass Effect 3 game. But for some reason it wasn't in the Legendary Edition. This whole section is quiet. So I'm assuming that a mod restored that. I just don't know which one. Once again, way to go, Mass Effect modders. The most dedicated modding team ever. Expanded lore, restored some cut stuff. It wasn't, I mean, it was in the original game. It just somehow got cut in the Legendary Edition, and I don't know why.
I found another airlock. I think we're good to go.
Great. If you override the controls, we'll be right there.
Somehow. Well, the thing, I don't suspect foul play because nothing in that conversation would have been controversial. There was no reason to get rid of it. So I think it was either forgotten to be put in, or there was a sinking. I think it was a genuine mistake that they didn't catch. Like, I know the Legendary Edition did alter some things, like Miranda's booty shots is the most infamous thing.
See any action?
But in this case, I honestly think it was a mistake.
Thank you for having me over.
Well, I don't actually know where I'm going.
I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, take a look at this.
They are flirting their butts off.
There,
It's
it's open.
hilarious.
You're clear to go.
Garrus is even gonna mention it at one point. That's why I picked him. Well, that and the Typhoon, but you know.
Looks impressive.
It's Admiral Zen's design. It transmits an energy pulse on contact that disrupts shields and synthetics.
That'll be handy.
How come I don't get a new gun?
Couldn't find one in your size.
So where are we headed?
We're looking for an operations center. I can disable the Reaper command signal from there.
Where's the closest one?
Past their defense network and through a sensor cluster. Oh, vents. Always the vents.
You did fine at the collector base.
I got set on fire!
Guardian anti-fighter lasers. Looks like they're using ultraviolet frequencies, like the Solarians.
Expensive. Bet it gives them an edge in close combat, though.
When the fleet rushed the Dreadnought, those lasers carved right through our ships.
You okay?
I will be. Thanks. Watch out! Get incoming!
Tally, I gave you a shotgun for a reason.
box us in.
I heard something on my streaming room door. I look over and I see a black paw trying to get underneath it. Oh, my girls want to get in. I'm sorry, you can't come in. Too many cables. And I know you, Macy, you'll try and eat them.
Throwing their lives away.
Network intelligence. As we kill them, their attacks become more aggressive.
Disable their shields.
And don't give them time to recharge.
Look, the signal's hitting all Geth processes. The Reapers have them completely under control.
We've tried jamming it, hacking it, and piggybacking garbage data to corrupt it. Nothing worked.
Sensor data. Any sign of how the Quarians are doing?
We're taking heavy losses. The Geth have a planetary defense cannon. It's ripping through our fleet.
I won't let you down, Tally. Why do we need to find the operations center? Wouldn't any access console do?
No. Anything we do here, the Geth could counter. Too many fault checks and redundancy levels for what we need to do.
Alright.
The Dreadnought Operations Center is just ahead.
Good. Let's get the Reaper signal and get the fleet out of here.
The hunters are moving in.
Aside from that, watch your six. At least one hunter still active.
That's the last of them. Let's see if that console is operational.
Ow.
Damn it! They've locked down the Reaper signal. We can't shut it down from here in the operations center. There! The Reaper signal's coming from the drive core.
So if we get there, we shut it down?
Right, but how do we get there? The Geth have sealed emergency bulkheads to block us off. We need a route to the drive core that can't be blocked. A path that runs the length of the ship.
What
The
about
main
the main
gun.
battery? It runs right by the drive core.
That could work.
But
The Geth still have us locked in here. We need to get these doors open.
They've locked
It's
either
also, you know, actively firing.
a ship-wide emergency, like a fire.
what about the heat diffusion system?
Wait, if I faked a thermal warning, it would open all maintenance tubes for emergency venting.
Would that override the lockdown?
Yes. Okay, I've got it primed. But be ready. I'm reading hostile Geth on the other side of the doors.
Question. There's no air in here. How would a fire happen?
Watch out, they're dropping in.
There could be cloak hunters as well.
We're on the way.
No, Tally! No, no. That's not.
Let's get to the maintenance shaft before more reinforcements arrive.
I've served on a lot of ships, but nothing like this. The contours are all off. It's not built for organics.
Shouldn't be too much farther to the main battery.
I appreciate what you're doing here, Shepard.
Well, I care deeply about the Quarian people.
It's good to be back on the Normandy.
Let me know if it's too quiet for you to sleep, and I'll find you someplace louder.
I was there when you two had your thing, remember? Just get a room and work it out.
Just get a room and work it out. Yeah, each of the squad mates have a different reaction to them flirting. Garrus, since he knows exactly what's going on, is like, oh my god, why here? Caden, I'm pretty sure, doesn't really understand what's going on. He's like, okay. Edie's actively encouraging it. Probably actually wants to watch.
Just took down Admiral Chorus's ship.
Survivors?
They got to escape pods, and I've got Admiral Ron trying to establish a secure link.
Put her through.
Shepard, this is Ron. The heavy fleet is collapsing. I don't know how much longer we can hold out.
We'll have the Reaper signal deactivated shortly, Admiral.
I think Liara and James are rather uncomfortable, and Javik thinks the whole thing is stupid. Alright, now for the worst part of this whole mission. The cannon.
More incoming! I think they figured out what we're doing!
Watch the shockwave! That's a big gun!
Hate to be in front of that bastard!
We should be okay if we stay in cover!
Up above, too.
Now, if it wiped the gas shields, that'd be one thing. Then it'd be like, well, it sucks for everyone. Fill up. Yep. So it's not a sound firing position. No, it's not. The area does some weird things. Get behind cover, you're exposed from at least 2 angles. Yeah. Alright.
We need to shut it down! Find the maintenance lock. That'll take it offline. There's the lock! That'll buy us time.
Curious too.
No way they'll fire
fuck over
when
enemy
that
soldiers.
maintenance lock is.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Guns coming back online.
Then maybe we shouldn't be in the barrel.
Cut that a little close.
Drop your shield! Stick to cover!
So many rocket dudes. Oh shit. Okay. Hate some techniques. Yeah. I hate that too. No, come on. Bye-bye.
Understood! On it!
Alright. We made it through. Yay. What? Death is there is no OSHA in the Geth. Tally is invisible?
All right.
I thought I'd lost you.
You were worried?
You bet I was.
Oh, they
you
are.
dying because the Geth overrode my hack? Think of my reputation.
Yeah, you were worried.
Come on. The drive core shouldn't be far.
There's the drive core.
That's definitely Reaper tech. But what's...
Shepard Commander, help us.
Legion. Good to see you, Legion. We'll have
Why are they invisible?
Shepard, wait. The Geth are being controlled by the Reaper signal.
Right. This thing.
So for all we know, Legion is with them. Maybe it's sided with the Reapers voluntarily. Or maybe it's hacked.
No.
Legion helped us fight the Reapers before. There's no way it would have agreed to this.
Your caution is understandable. Once freed, we will submit to any restraints you deem necessary.
I never thought I'd say this, but it's good to see you again.
Likewise, Creator Zora.
So what is this thing?
It uses our networking architecture to broadcast the old machine command signal to all Geth simultaneously.
Then getting you out of there will shut off the Reaper signal.
Wait, you cannot simply remove the restraints. We are secured via hardware blocks nearby that shut down operating protocols. The
Legion
hardware
being
blocks
used
are
like
on the
this
far
is
side of the
kind of reminds me a little bit of David Archer from
Far side of the room, you said?
Project
Yes,
Overlord.
Deactivation should be simple. The Geth protected them against viral attack, not physical removal.
How'd the Reapers get control of the Geth?
They did not. The creators attacked. The Geth wished to live. The old machines extended an offer.
So we went to that Geth station and destroyed the heretics for what? Nothing?
No. Removal of the heretics made the decision to ally with the old machines more difficult. Had the creators not attacked, it would have been unnecessary.
We'll have you out of there soon.
Sounds like they only joined the Reapers because the Quarians attacked.
Nothing excuses an alliance with the Reapers. They could have found another way.
Some would say the same about Turians curing the genophage and allying with the Krogan.
Damn it! I begged them to negotiate rather than attack. I did.
Let's just get Legion out of there.
Are you gonna... Okay, fine. I'll walk around with the ladder. I don't know why, but you're supposed to go up the elevator. But I guess Tally's not raising the elevator, so we're just gonna go around the back way. Tally, if you brought up that, of course you did.
Got it.
Tali Zora to fleet. The signal is about to go offline.
Alright, so welcome back vaguely to Strem.
Hardware blocks offline. We are free. As a gesture of cooperation, we have disabled the Dreadnought's drive core. All weapons and barriers are offline. Alert! Geth reinforcements incoming!
Oh shit. Okay, this fight's also gonna suck. Because of the Geth Primes.
Signal is offline. Civilian fleet, prepare to withdraw. The Bosworth fleet will cover you once the heavy fleet is in position. Whenever you
Garrus! Get up. Ow.
Setting up turret.
Damn it, Garrus.
Damn it! This is our chance to withdraw the civilian fleet safely.
What are you talking about? We're still on board.
We can't waste this chance. Heavy fleet all forward. Take out the dreadnought.
Patrol fleet, hold position.
You do that. The heavy fleet gets wiped out. And if we die, simple retreat won't save you from the Geth response.
Damn it! What are they doing?
Focus on the Geth. We'll worry about the admirals later.
Geralt's being a fucking glory hound. And an idiot.
Patrol fleet, flanking support on the heavy fleet. Give them a firing lane.
Alright, Ross. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.
All ships open fire.
God damn it, Geralt! I'm gonna punch you in the gut.
Shepard Commander, the Creator fleet is firing upon this vessel.
No shit.
Without barriers, this ship will be destroyed. We must evacuate.
We need to get to the escape pods.
Geth transmit intelligences via remote signal. We do not use escape pods.
Suggestions?
Geth fighters are docked in a portside fighter bay. We can pilot a fighter to safety.
Shepard to fleet. Hold fire. I repeat, hold fire.
They're not responding.
Damn it.
Shepard Commander, we have taken control of docking protocol.
Yay, that's great. Shit!
Warrior bastards!
Shepard Commander, we can only launch from the upper level.
Let's go. Hurry!
The door!
We're losing these bastards.
Whew.
Normandy to Shepard, reading a loss of gravity. You okay over there?
Fine. We're leaving in a Geth fighter. Transmitting rendezvous coordinates.
Does the storage compartment have adequate room, Shepard Commander?
It's good enough.
We're fine. Go.
Just waggle the wings or something so I know which one is you.
That's a Battlestar Galactica reference.
They fired
on the Dreadnought while you were on board?
Yeah.
They were supposed to pull their fleet out safely. Instead...
I know. Admiral Garrow's been causing trouble along the Turian border for years. But I can understand their desperation. We only lost Earth a few weeks back.
We haven't lost Earth yet.
We need help, Shepard. We need a fleet. And the Quarians have the biggest one out there.
Technically.
Your unilateral strike endangered us all. I should charge you with treason.
I was within my authority as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet.
And what of Shepard? And Talizora?
They escaped unharmed. Shepard, the mission parameters changed. You're military, you understand that.
I understand that you wasted your chance to withdraw safely.
The Dreadnought was a perfect...
Admiral, you jeopardized your mission and your people. Get the hell off my ship.
That's like a mandatory renegade interrupt.
I understand you're angry.
If I didn't need your fleet...
He nearly got us killed, Ron.
You must understand. The Geth inflicted heavy casualties before you disabled the Reaper signal.
You said they have a planetary defense cannon?
Had. Admiral Chorus sacrificed his own ship to destroy it. He crash-landed on the home world.
The Normandy can assist with rescue efforts.
Thank you, Commander. I think the worst is over. The Geth no longer possess the programming upgrades they had, while instead...
Yeah, that's...
Shepard, Commander.
I think that's why Paragon Victor
What the hell is this?
was mad enough to punch out Garrel.
Everybody calm down.
It's because he nearly got
Its
Tally
name is
killed.
Legion. It helped me destroy the Collectors. The Reapers were using Legion like a signal booster to broadcast commands from the Dreadnought. We freed him.
We freed it.
This is a fascinating prototype. With some study, I may be able to use it to find a weakness in the Geth consensus.
No.
Legion helped me in the fight against the Collectors.
So did your pistol. Should I worry about it?
I don't think you want to continue this line of thought, Admiral. Legion is my friend. More importantly, it's our best source of information on the Geth.
The scientific benefits
are off the table.
What can you tell us about the Geth? How will they react without Reaper guidance?
This is a false assumption. You have cut off long-range control, but the old machines placed a base on Rannoch for short-range direction.
The Geth still have Reaper upgrades?
Correct. They are currently disorganized, but once the short-range signal is in place, they will recover.
Hila, I need to warn the fleet. Then, coordinate with Garrel. Move!
We need to take out the Reaper base. Where's it located?
Unknown.
Find it.
Understood. We do know the location of a server from which Geth fighter squadrons are controlled. The squadrons are targeting Creator life ships. Disabling them will limit casualties. We offer assistance.
Thanks.
Uh-oh. Miracle at Palaven.
Edie, can you clean this up?
I will try.
This is the Konesh. We've lost barriers. Our comm system is...
Ron, the Konesh is getting swarmed by Geth fighters.
Damn it. Interceptors, divert to the Konesh. Thank you, Commander. If you hadn't enhanced that signal, would have lost the ship.
Alright. So, war assets. We lost some. Because of the miracle at Palaven. Turian 6th Fleet. Turian fleets and marines have assisted in retaking Palaven. While it was the biggest success of the war to date for the Allies, the action left many casualties. Same thing with that. Krogan clans. Centuries of Krogan. Urnot Rex led a portion of the Krogan clans into the fray in Palaven. While the initial assault was a huge success, Krogan troops inevitably suffered significant casualties as the battle dragged on. And let's see. miracle at Palaven. The Turian and Krogan counterattack on Palaven combined deception, courage, and tenacity. First, the Turians leaked a false battle plan that drew on the same tactics that they used at the beginning of the assault on Palaven. Then the Dreadnought Indomitable faked a problem with its drive core, coming out of FTL near Palaven's moon, Manet. 3 other Dreadnoughts and their attendant fleets deployed to assist the Indomitable, attempting target that drew the Reaper capital ships away from Palaven. Turian troop transports then entered Paladin's atmosphere to release shuttles, gliders, and individual soldier capsules. The Reapers did not understand the seriousness of the threat at first. Those detected the landing craft sent husks and collector swarms to intercept them. I guess they had more collectors than we thought. But little more. This allowed Krogan commandos to link up with Palaven's resistance and hand off their payloads. Warp bombs and fission weapons. So basically handheld nukes. Awesome. In simultaneous strikes across the globe, Reaper ships began to explode. Turian resistance members had managed to smuggle the bombs inside when the Reaper processing ships, troop transports, and even destroyers and capital ships had opened their structures to indoctrinate Turian leaders. Large swaths of territory fell back into Turian and Krogan control. News of the victory gave a much-needed boost to the morale of the Turian resistance and the galactic public. But the action was not without sacrifice. Turian insurgents gave their lives to ensure the explosive detonated, and the processing centers they destroyed were full of civilians who died just as surely as they had been harvested. Of the dead, General Min Revsfrix said, "Whatever they were in life, their deaths had no equal. They are worthy of joining the spirit of Palaven itself." Sinter did a great novelization this years ago. Just this event was great. Yeah, just the whole thing of it. They sacrificed people to smuggle in nukes and place them inside sovereign class capital ship cores. So the miracle of Palaven literally is a miracle. Not only did the Reapers lose a lot of destroyers and ground forces and logistics, they lost sovereign class Reapers, which are only made once a cycle. So that's a lot of investment gone. Technology. Okay. As for missions, we've got new still don't know where the Strontium Mule is. Might be in Omega's territory. I don't know. We have Priority Rannoch, Admiral Chorus, and Fighter Squadrons.
Admiral Stephen Hack, Tali Zora, a Quarian machinist, was born in 2161 on the live shoot.
Anyway, it's also the memory of whole people's gone. Yeah. But what I like to think, Sovereign, though, is when one of those Reapers are gone or blown up. I mean, people who like the synthesis ending will say, think of all the knowledge and memories of that race that are gone now. Whereas I think that entire race can now finally rest. Because, I mean, I am a destroy ending 100%. Yeah, the Reapers are made of an entire species in each cycle. And while they do have the collective memories of and history of that species is also being put to a perverse use. So the way I see it is no different than a paladin smiting the undead. They're letting the soul trapped within finally go to peace. It's a shame, yeah. Now we're going to go ahead and save. And we're going to call it a stream. Depending upon how things go, I might have a bonus stream tonight. It'll probably be Dragon Age if I do it. And then tomorrow we've got Final Fantasy X-2 and Ace Combat 4. Wednesday we'll have Horizon Zero Dawn and Monster Hunter Wilds. Thursday we'll have the Ace 7 showcase. Friday we'll have Dragon Age Origins and Batman Arkham Knight. Then Saturday we'll be doing Cyberpunk 2077, and next week in Mass Effect we'll be doing the interlude missions, or the prep missions for the Rannoch arc. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I might see you tonight, but if not, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.